This channel supports Extra Life in its efforts to raise money for the Children's Miracle Network. For more information about how to donate and join in their efforts, go to the link displayed here. Extra Life. Play games, heal kids. What up, everybody? This is your boy Blak Magus, and finally, my thoughts on the Division beta. I put in probably about 8 hours. Played it the first day, Saturday, and some on Sunday. Played it mostly on Sunday of the beta with my homegirl, just to get a feel for it. First impressions of it when I first started playing it, it's cool. I like it. See, and this is the thing. I wanted to start by saying that I actually did like it. I thought that it had a lot of cool stuff in it. My problem is the cool stuff that was in it were things that you necessarily had a chance to dig into, and I guess I'll get to that just right off the bat. See, this is the thing. My feelings for this game is that it has a very, very solid core. There are elements to it that really appeal to me. The RPG, first of all, guys, and I know a lot of people have complained about this, but right off the bat, this is nothing but an RPG. I know some people will still maintain that it's shooter first, but the more you play it, if you played it more than a couple of hours, the more you start to realize, just like, yo, this is not meant to be a shooter that has RPG elements. This is an RPG elements that actually have you shooting. I mean, it's an RPG that has you shooting in it. Straight up. It's, yeah, the more you play, the more you realize, I mean, DPS on guns, you know, the armor affecting your damage, as well as, you know, your guns can have somewhat of an effect on other stats and things. Like, everything that you put in your inventory on your character balances out like an RPG. It's totally set up to be that way. You know, it's, yeah, if you've ever played any RPG, you will realize that, yeah, like, this is just straight old school pure RPG. Nothing more, nothing less. And I think that's where this beta kind of messed up for people who are into the RPG thing, is that a lot of the stuff, a lot of the elements for the RPG part of this game, you couldn't really dig into because they didn't let you do that much in this beta. That would be like probably the number one biggest thing that I have with this beta, is that you didn't have much to do. They gave you a story mission. You carried that out. You established a part of your base. Boom. Within about an hour, maybe, of gameplay, less, depending on how quickly you were able to progress through it. That's it. Now it's just time to run around, do a couple of side things. You know, they had a couple of encounters that you could engage into on the side. You had the dark zone, which you can go into. The dark zone being that PvP/PvE area where you can get the, you know, best loot, but it's a very high risk reward thing, because other players can kill you for your loot. So, you know, you die in there, they steal the stuff, you have to extract it to get it out. If you didn't, then you were pretty much shit out of luck and you lost all your special gear, and you need the special gear to build up your character stats again, you know, DPS, health, and all of that stuff. So, you know, even with that, it was just very, very thin. One of the things that struck me odd was how empty the world felt. It was like you would run into an encounter, you would take care of that, and then it would be a while before you actually engaged anyone else in the, I guess, the main story hub. Um, Again, this is a beta, so this is something that can be addressed. This may be something that they did purposely to hold back things from people, so that when the final product came out, you'll be able to do a lot more. But I running around, especially running around with my homegirl in the main world, it was like once you got through an encounter, you're just running around looking for stuff, and they didn't really have other people in that main world for you to run around with, which I found very strange. It seemed like, well, no, I won't say they weren't. There weren't. You could see some people like in base areas, if I recall, but it wasn't like you would just run out into somebody and be like, "What's up? You want to join up?" You had to be in the dark zone to interact with other players, and I found that very weird that they wouldn't put that in the main world as well, because they could have just had it set up to where you could run into other people in the main world and you could be like, yo, there's a large encounter over here, I might need some help, y'all go rush. Like, that's one of the things that Destiny got right with the public event thing, where you could run into different people in the like hub worlds, and then if some large shit went down, especially with the Taken King, where you know, every now and then the Taken would invade a spot and you would get lieutenants and a Taken major to take down, and you guys had the opportunity in those encounters to get some really good stuff dropped on you. But everybody in that hub, if they were near, could join in and fight out that fight. You know, that's what it should have been in that part. And I think that's, if this is how it's going to be, the way that they have it in the beta, that's going to be kind of a problem, because it's a huge map. This thing is, I mean, running around the small vertical slice that they gave you in the beta makes you realize that, yo, they probably only needed to put you in downtown Manhattan, because goddamn, you were running around a lot of space, and that was a walled off version of the world. So if it's that spacious, they need to increase encounters. I would again, you know, public event, special event things like Destiny, have other players running around taking care of stuff. You know, have it a friendly. It should be a friendly zone. So have more people going around, spawn more enemies and things like that. So like you're not just running, trying to see where you can. And the spawn rate was kind of low too. So, but yeah, those are things that they're going to have to flesh out, because it made you think, yeah, if you're just basing the game off the beta, you're going to think that this is a kind of hollow experience. There's something there. You can see that there's elements to it that should be really, really satisfying. You know, the loot and all of that stuff. Leveling your character. The customization was limited, but with the drops, you could see some of the customization with how you could set up like your character's gear. They should have let you go ahead and design your own character, that are giving you these random skins. That kind of made it feel generic, and you know, limiting the mission structure to that small bit, and then not having really much else to do in the main world, really didn't do well as a representation in my mind. For me, it made a lot of people who were into it waver, although I know there are a lot of people out there who are still really high on the division, and I can understand that, because again, you could see underneath the surface there's a lot there to do, and if you're into that open world MMO / RPG type stuff, then yeah, you'll be satisfied. My thing is, are you going to be satisfied enough to want to keep this in your main rotation? Because yeah, if they're not going to have a more fleshed out world, I don't know. It's going to be tough to maintain retention in my mind, but who knows? Like, again, this is a beta. They were testing out a lot of things, and of course, I ran into some of the issues. You know, the sound glitch. Yep, I experienced that shit. There were some sound issues with weapons, and had a problem with the voice chat speaking with my homegirl. We had to switch to party chat eventually. So when we went into the dark zone, we couldn't really converse with other people. So when we got into trouble, it was hard because it's not like we could say, yo, chill, we didn't mean to do it or anything like that, because they couldn't hear us, because we could barely hear each other, or at a lot of times couldn't hear each other at all when we were in the proximity chat. So yeah, they need to fix that for the full release. We also ran into that glitch where if you killed the enemies too quick on a mission, they stopped it, so we had to back out and start again. Thankfully, they put you back at the same checkpoints that you left at. So if you are playing the game and you get to a checkpoint, you have to leave. Know that you can jump back in a checkpoint. At least I'm hoping they're going to leave that in for the final release. But I would say when we were in the dark zone, it was hilarious. You can find some great moments in there, but again, they're gonna have to flesh it out, because you can't just rely on running into people and just, goofing around in the dark zone. They're going to have to represent a more lived-in world. Like I said, you get it's weird because you get that from Destiny, and that is one of the things that they need to take from Destiny, at least to me. But overall, I mean, they have something there that they can definitely turn into a really, really solid product. Now, again, this is a beta, so I'm not totally, I know people are going to go off. I am not totally, giving you a review of the game through the beta. I'm giving you what my impressions of the beta was, and just my thoughts of what could possibly happen in the full version, because we don't know. None of us know where this is gonna, or how it's gonna turn out. I'm still hopeful. Am I going to get a day one? I don't know. There's rumors that there's going to be another beta, so that may help solidify things. If they do have another beta, perhaps they could use that beta to show a little more, expose a little more, and give you a closer idea of what the final product is. But you don't know at this point. We'll see. We'll definitely see. But yeah, even with all that, there's stuff in there that I really, really like, and I'm really, really curious about, and that may push me to get it when it drops on release. So we'll see as time progresses, and as Ubisoft shares more, hopefully, with us. But anyway, as always, you guys hit me up, let me know what you think, and I'll holler at you later. This your boy Blak, Magus, and I'm out. Deuces.